So today what we'll do, we'll understand Java and hybrid approach in Android application development. As far as approaches are concerned, you are already aware that you have to create a layout, you have to drop controls, you have to specify text, and then you have to perform event handling. Okay. Now we are going to do the same in Java approach, but in this file we are going to use our activity.java. Okay. जो भी आपकी activity.java file है उसे आप use करेंगे and you are going to do the following within this file. What you will do, you will create a layout, you are going to drop controls, or you can say create controls, then you are going to specify text on controls, and then you will perform event handling on controls. Okay, all these things will be done through Java. So let's get started, and finally we are going to test the application on our emulator. So let's just do that. We're going to start a new Android Studio project. So let's give it a name. We are going to test our application and we are going to name it as Java approach. Okay, let's go next. Here we are going to create our application minimum for Gingerbread. Let's go next. I'm going to take an empty activity at the moment, but since we are going to design everything in Java, I don't need to create this activity as well. Okay, because just I need a Java file and I'm going to create my layout there. So I can get started with no activity also. Okay, but no issues. We'll understand the difference. Okay, so we'll get started with empty activity. Name of the empty activity will be main activity and layout file will be activity_main. Let's finish. It's creating the project at the moment. So now what we have is, we have got a project created wherein we have a layout and we have a Java file. But in this demonstration, since we are following Java approach, so I'm not going to use XML files. Okay, so let me just close this file, and now if I explain you how the project will start. So once your application will be installed, manifest file will be taken by phone, and through the manifest file you will identify that there is a main activity on which we have to perform main action, and it will be launched. Okay, so once it will be launched, your onCreate method will execute, and as soon as your onCreate method executes, it is going to set in the content view an XML file. Okay, but at the moment I just don't want this because I'm not going to use XML. Okay, so what am I going to do? Let's say I'm going to comment this at the moment. Okay, so using / I have commented this. So now the thing is, I have to create my own layout, then I have to create my controls, and I have to perform event handling on my controls. Okay, so in order to do this, so let's just get started with Java approach. So here we are going to create a layout first. Okay, so create a layout, we are going to make use of linear layouts. Okay, so I'm going to make use of a class linear layout. I'm going to create an object layout. I'm going to create a new instance of linear layout. Okay, and this new instance of linear layout requires the context. Okay, what exactly context is, I'll just tell you. Okay, so one hint I would like to give you, whenever you use a class and it is displayed in red color, that means the package is not imported. So in order to import package automatically, you can import that using Alt+Enter. Okay, so you can select your class, you can press Alt+Enter, and as soon as you do that, automatically your package will be included or imported in your project. Okay, so now you can see that here android.widget.linear layout has been imported. Now here you can see that this linear layout, if you want to get suggestions, so here in your class new linear layout, you can see that it requires some information. Okay, and you can see that so now what we have to do, we can get suggestions here using control space. You can select your class and you can use control space in order to get suggestions. Okay, so now here you can see that this linear layout class you can get the help from here. And if you see here, it is asking for where to create this widget. Okay, so actually this is the context wherein you want to create your linear layout. Okay, so what we actually do, we want that this new linear layout should be created within our main activity. Okay, so we are going to provide a keyword this here. Okay, this directly refers to your current class. Clear? So now what will be done, a new instance of linear layout will be created and will be available within main activity. Clear? Using this statement, new linear layout, and it will be created in this activity, and this activity refers to your main activity. Okay. Now once this new linear layout instance you have created, it will be stored in your layout object. Now what I want to do, I want to set some properties of linear layout. Set properties of linear layout. So what we can do, layout is a control which is used to arrange the orientation of the controls in it. Okay, layout जो है वो हम क्यों यूज करते हैं, ताकि आपके जो कंट्रोल्स हैं आप उन्हें एक डिजाइन फॉर्मेट पे अरेंज कर सकें ऑटोमेटिकली. Okay, so we are going to set the orientation on the layout. So there is a method here and we call that method as set orientation, and what it requires an integer value. So within your linear layout class there are two integer constants defined. One is linear layout dot vertical, which means controls will be arranged in vertical order. Second is linear layout dot horizontal, so your controls will be arranged in the horizontal manner. So we are going to set orientation on this layout and we are going to use that constant. So we can give the name of the linear layout class, and within this we have these two integer constants, vertical and horizontal. Okay, and these are of integer types. Clear? And these are static as well, hence we are accessing them in this format, linear layout dot vertical. A static constant is a constant in which if you want to access that constant, you don't need to create an object of linear layout, you can directly access the constants using name of the class. Okay, so now what we did, let's say I would like to arrange my controls in a vertical fashion. So I've got that linear layout dot set orientation, and now my layout will have a orientation in vertical format. Okay, so whatever controls I'll add in the layout will be arranged vertically. The third thing which I would like to do, I would like to create controls. So let's create a text view control, let's say. Okay, first of all I'm going to create my text view control. In order to do that, we have a class known as text view. I'm going to create an object as TV. I'm going to create new text view, and within this new text view you can see that again you have to provide the context, that where would you like to add this text view. Okay, so we are going to refer this, we are going to add this text view within this class. Okay, now so text view has been added. Now what we have to do, we have to set some text on this text view. TV1 TV dot set text. Okay, and you can set a character sequence or an integer value, you can set anything within this text view. So I would like to say something like welcome to Java approach. Okay, so I've set my first text, and what I want now, I want this text view to be added to my layout. Okay, only then layout properties and orientation will be applicable on my text view control. So to add the control to my layout, I can do something like this, layout dot add view. There is a method known as add view, and within this add view method we are going to add our control TV. Okay, so you have created a control within this context, your main activity, then you have set some text and you have finally added that control to your layout. Okay, now so in the same way I would like to do something else. I would like to create another control on which I would like to set event handler as well. So I'm going to create a button control, and let's say to create a button I would like to do something like this, button, new button, and I would like to add this. Okay, so we have to import button, we'll use alt enter and button will be imported. Then on this button I would like to set text, and let's say we are going to do something like show message. Okay, I would like to set a text on this button control. Then I would like to put an event handler on it. Okay, so event handler means as soon as you click on a button, an event will be identified, a click event will be identified, and as soon as the event will be identified, some code will execute. Okay, to do this, we are going to set an event handler on this button control, and we can do it quickly like this: bt dot set on click listener. Okay, so there is a listener method who's going to listen that some click events are being executed on your button control. Okay, so as soon as you see here, this set on click listener receives an object of on click listener type. Okay, so this actually defines as soon as set on click listener will listen an event, he will execute a class known as on click listener, wherein an on click method will be defined which will contain your code body which you want to execute once the button has been clicked. Okay, so let's say, so we have to provide an object of on click listener interface type within this set on click listener method. Okay, so before writing this, I would like to show you the hierarchy, how it is done. So let's say, let me just take you to the notepad here. So let's say you have a button control. Okay, and on this button control you will be listening for events. Okay, and as soon as you have got an event, okay, as soon as you have got an event, then what you will do, you are going to execute some lines of code. Okay, this has to be done. So you have got a button control, you are going to listen for events, and then you are going to execute some lines of code. So to listen for an event, we have a method known as set on click listener. Okay, and to execute some lines of code, we have a method known as on click. So whatever code is defined within this on click method will be executed. Okay, let's say, let me just type in something like your code here within this on click method. Okay, so now both of these on click method and set on click listener are defined in an interface, and name of that interface is on click listener interface. Okay, clear? अब क्या है ये मैं अभी आपको बताता हूँ. तो हमने एक इवेंट लिसनर सेट किया. इवेंट लिसनर सेट करने के बाद हम ऑन क्लिक मेथड के अंदर हम अपना कोड डिफाइन करेंगे विच वी वांट टू एग्जीक्यूट. ठीक है, in order to use both of these methods we have to implement on click listener interface in our current activity. Only then we will be able to use these methods, set on click listener and on click. Okay, let's do that. So we are here. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to create a new instance of my on click listener interface, on click listener interface. Okay, and now you can see that I'm going to use this on click listener interface. Okay, so as soon as I have created this on click listener interface, you can see that an on click method will be overridden in it. Just we are waiting. IntelliSense is writing the method. So now you can see that you have got the method somewhat like this here. So what will happen, as soon as you have set an on click listener on your button control, as soon as you click, this new instance of on click interface will be created and an on click method will be overridden. Okay, so your code which you want to execute will be written here, your code here. Clear? तो क्या हुआ, XML अप्रोच में जो आपने इवेंट हैंडलर सेट किया था वो आपने सेट किया था ऑन क्लिक के थ्रू, एंड्रॉइड ऑन क्लिक, एंड आपने वहां पे सिर्फ एक मेथड का नाम स्पेसिफाई कर दिया था. बट इन जावा इवेंट हैंडलिंग इज सेट यूजिंग दिस वे. ओके, सो यू हैव अ बटन कंट्रोल, यू हैव सेट एन इवेंट हैंडलर ऑन इट, एंड ऑन पोस्ट, which means once the click event has been identified, this on click method will execute. Okay, and now within this on click method, either we can call methods here or we can execute our lines of code directly also. Okay,
I've understood that the button we set the on click listener. We set on the button, we set the on click listener.
yes,
Now when that button will be
clicked, Yeah.
So this on-click code will be executed.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me understand this new view, why we are doing this. Because once we have already set the function,
Right.
button dot on, set on click listener,
Yeah.
that function we have already put on this button. Right?
Yes.
Whenever it clicks, it will execute this code. I didn't understand this new, why we are doing this.
I'll tell you that. Basically, let me just explain you in a proper way.
Interface told me that interface has to be adaptable, but Vocus doesn't have why, what is this interface?
I will tell you. Basically, let's say if we are talking about this on-click listener interface, let me give you an example. Okay. Let's say if I create a method here, at the moment I'm in on-click method here. Okay. Let's say I'm saying you are going to set an on-click listener here on your button control. Whenever we execute something like this, what we do, we follow this client and server architecture, let's say. Okay. You have a client and you have a server. Now your client is your user. Okay. And user will interact with your button control. Okay. So once you will interact with the button control, there should be a listener for that click. Okay. That means a server will be listening for a client request. जैसे ही आप क्लिक कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए हमारे पास एक मेथड है ऑन क्लिक लिसनर. Clear? This will be listening for the events. Now, once an event has been identified, now what you need is you need to execute some piece of code. Okay. So that piece of code should be written somewhere.
The piece of code is on-click.
That piece of code is your code which you want to execute. Let's say you want to display a toast. Okay. So you have to specify your code somewhere, and set on click listener should know that method, that where you have defined that code. So for this, what on click listener interface developers did, they have fixed a method known as on click, which will be executed once you are going to set an on click listener method. Okay, clear? So now set on click listener is responsible to call this on click method and execute your piece of code which is defined within this code body. Okay. Now both of these methods, set on click listener and on click, are defined within an interface, and that interface is known as on click listener interface. Okay. Clear? Now the question is why we have written this new view on click listener. Okay. I will tell you. Basically, Java supports inheritance. Okay. With inheritance, what we are trying to do.
Before that, just a simple question.
Yeah.
Like there are two functions like you said, set on click listener and on click. These are the two functions.
Absolutely.
On server side.
Absolutely.
As soon as event happens, these two will click on.
Yes.
These two are present on another method which is called on click listener.
It's a class. On click listener is a class.
It's a class.
Yes. This is a class.
This is
Okay. And within this class, there are two methods defined: set on click listener and on click. Set on click listener is responsible to listen for the events. On click listener is responsible to execute the piece of code.
So we have to somehow call this class.
Yes, you have to implement on click listener within your current activity so that you can access set on click listener and on click method. Okay, these are predefined codes. So in order to access these methods, you have to inherit on click listener interface within your current activity. Okay, तभी आप उसे access कर पाएंगे. Let's say on click listener interface is a parent class and your activity is a child class, and you want to use the functionality of your parent class, which is listening for the events and executing the piece of code. So for this, what we need is we need to inherit. But what we are doing here, we are not inheriting at the moment. Okay, यहाँ पे हमने कहीं inherit तो किया ही नहीं है कुछ. We are just inheriting activity. We have not inherited on-click listener interface. So in order to access this method on-click, we have created a new instance of on-click listener interface, and within the body of this interface, so यहाँ पे एक नया इंस्टेंस बन गया इसका, उस बॉडी के अंदर जो ऑन क्लिक मेथड है हम उसे ओवरराइड कर रहे हैं. क्लियर? समझे? अदरवाइज वी कुड हैव डन इट अदर वे एज वेल. लेट मी जस्ट डू दैट वे. वो आपके लिए ज्यादा बेसिक में एप्लीकेबल होगा. लेट मी जस्ट एक्सप्लेन यू. होल्ड ऑन. सो व्हाट विल डू, in order to do this, now what am I going to do? I am going to set bt.set on click listener. Okay. जैसे ही आपने ऑन क्लिक लिसनर सेट किया, अब आपको इसके अंदर एक इंस्टेंस स्पेसिफाई करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, ऑन क्लिक लिसनर का. सो दिस पैरामीटर एक्चुअली आस्किंग फॉर specify the name of the class where on click listener interface is implemented. Okay, so that we'll go to that class, and within that class we are going to find out on click method, and we are going to execute on click method. Okay, so let's say I'm saying I am going to make my current class implements on click listener interface, and I'm going to override my method on click within this class only. Okay, so let's say I have specified this. He is saying this cannot be applied at the moment because your current activity is not of on click listener interface type. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'll go to my activity here, and I'm going to implements, let's say वही कर देते हैं, implements on click listener. Okay, let's say मैंने ये implement कर दिया. इंप्लीमेंट करने की वजह से क्या होगा, इंपोर्ट कर लेंगे हम इसे ऑल्ट एंटर प्रेस करके. वी आर गोइंग टू इंपोर्ट द क्लास. ओके, सो आई एम इंपोर्टिंग android.view.onClickListener. यस, एब्सोल्युटली. एक्सटेंड आप करते हैं एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लासेस को. ठीक है, एक्सटेंड आप एक बार ही यूज कर सकते हैं. यू कैन ओनली एक्सटेंड वन सिंगल क्लास, बट इंटरफेसेस को आप, मल्टीपल इंटरफेसेस को आप इंप्लीमेंट्स कर सकते हैं. या दिस इज एन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास एंड दिस इज एन इंटरफेस. आई थिंक यू हैव टू वर्क आउट ऑन योर जावा फंडामेंटल्स. ओके, तो हमने क्या किया, इंप्लीमेंट किया इंटरफेस. इंटरफेस इंप्लीमेंट करने के बाद में नाउ व्हाट यू कैन डू, वी हैव टू इंप्लीमेंट सम मेथड्स. ओके, कौन से मेथड्स इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे हम? आई विल शो यू. यू हैव टू इंप्लीमेंट दिस ऑन क्लिक मेथड. ओके, बिकॉज ये एक डील है एक तरीके से कि अगर आप किसी भी एक्टिविटी को ऑन क्लिक लिसनर इंटरफेस पेरेंट अगर आप उसके अंदर इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो आपको ऑन क्लिक चाइल्ड ओवरराइड करना पड़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि इंटरफेस के अंदर, ऑन क्लिक के अंदर कोई भी कोड डिफाइंड नहीं है. क्लियर? लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू. तो ओके किया जैसे आपने, तो अब इंस्टेड ऑफ डिफाइनिंग दैट क्लिक हियर, नाउ योर ऑन क्लिक हैज बीन डिफाइंड विद इन योर करंट क्लास. So now what this means, as soon as we are going to listen for an event, we are going to search our class for an on-click method, and we are going to execute the code. Okay, so your code executes here, or you can say your code here. जो भी आपका कोड है, जो भी आप एग्जीक्यूट करना चाहते हैं बटन क्लिक इवेंट के ऊपर. क्लियर? समझ गए? तो पहले मैंने क्या किया था, पहले मैंने इंस्टेड ऑफ implementing on click listener within my current activity, I have created a new instance here itself, and within that instance I have overridden my on click method. Okay, so that was the shortcut, and this is the complete process. Okay, now if I show you what this on click listener interface contains, you can simply right click on it, you can go to implementation. Let's say we'll go to declaration. Okay, so this is your public interface on click listener. Okay, and now you can see that within this public listener there is a method on click defined. Okay, but you can see that there is no code body here. क्लियर? सो इंटरफेस की ये प्रॉपर्टी होती है कि इंटरफेस के अंदर सिर्फ मेथड का नाम डिफाइन किया जाता है, सो दैट कंट्रोल को ये पता चल जाए कि जैसे ही मैं ऑन क्लिक लिस्टनर इंटरफेस एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा, मुझे ऑन क्लिक मेथड के पास जाके उसे एग्जीक्यूट करना है और ऑन क्लिक की जो भी कोड बॉडी होगी वो हम यूज करेंगे. Since we don't have any code written here, you can see that we have used this keyword override. Okay, so we are overriding on click method here. Clear? Overriding means मेथड तो हम ऑन क्लिक फॉलो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कोड हम वो एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे जो हमारी करंट एक्टिविटी के अंदर डिफाइंड होगा. क्लियर?
This override this comes automatically once we do implement.
Yes. यस. इसका मतलब ये है कि ऑन क्लिक मेथड जो इंटरफेस के अंदर डिफाइंड है, इसको एग्जीक्यूट करने के बजाय मैं इस मेथड को एग्जीक्यूट करूंगा और इसके अंदर जो सेट ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स होंगी वो एग्जीक्यूट होंगी. दैट इज मेंट बाय ओवरराइड. ओके, क्लियर? नाउ सो लेट्स से आपने जब ये व्यू यहाँ पे रिसीव कर लिया, अब हम क्या करेंगे, जो भी हमें कोड एग्जीक्यूट करना है वी कैन एग्जीक्यूट दैट. लेट्स से आई एम गोइंग टू इम्प्लीमेंट समथिंग लाइक टोस्ट. Toast के अंदर we have a static method known as make text which is going to return an object of toast type. We have to define three properties: context, text and duration. So context is your activity. So I would like to define something like this. Okay, this means my current activity. I want to display my toast in my current activity. Next, character sequence. Let's say we are going to do something like welcome to Java approach. Okay, and then the third will be the duration. So within toast we have a duration known as toast dot length long. Okay, and finally we are going to show. Okay, तो ये तो लाइन ऑफ स्टेटमेंट आपको क्लियर है, कल आप इसको एग्जीक्यूट कर चुके हैं. what do you mean by toast? So now what we'll do, as soon as we are going to execute this button control, we are going to execute this line of statement. Okay, and finally I would like to add my button control to my layout. Okay, layout dot add view, and I would like to add my button control bt. Clear? So we did that. Now what we have to do is we have to set the layout. Okay, so we'll call set content view here, set content view, and within this set content view I'm going to pass my layout object. So is that clear? So what exactly you did, you have created an, आपने XML लेआउट को हटा दिया, सिर्फ जावा फॉलो किया आपने. यहाँ पे जावा में ही आपने लेआउट डिजाइन किया, प्रॉपर्टीज सेट किया, जावा में आपने कंट्रोल्स डिजाइन किए, कंट्रोल्स के ऊपर आपने टेक्स्ट स्पेसिफाई किए, टेक्स्ट स्पेसिफाई करने के बाद आपने इवेंट हैंडलिंग परफॉर्म किया, इवेंट हैंडलिंग परफॉर्म करने के बाद में आपने अपने लेआउट को डिस्प्ले कर दिया. क्लियर? नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टेस्ट दिस एप्लीकेशन. In order to test this application, we are going to start our Android emulator using AVD Manager. Let me just start it so that we can test our application and we'll understand how things are being designed here. So let me just start AVD Manager. Now what next we need to do, let's say I have a device known as Nexus 5, I would like to start this device. In case if you want to create virtual devices, you can create using create virtual devices.
Which one is the preferred method, to this or to XML?
Hybrid is preferred actually.
जितना सब कोड लिखने की there is no need, like XML में जाके फटाफट.
ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप करो और कोड जावा में लिख लो.
हाँ.
So that's like hybrid approach. I'll just check. I hope there is some. Okay, we don't have space available on the device at the moment. So what am I going to do? I'm going to test my application on a real device. So let's test the application on the real device. In order to test your application, you can run your application from this play icon here. The shortcut is Shift F10. You can use that as well. So as soon as we clicked on run, it's waiting for the ADB, and now Android Debug Bridge has identified that there is an LG P500 device connected, and this device is here. Okay. I have selected the device that I would like to run this device, and actually at the moment he is saying the minimum SDK required is 9, but my device is API number 8 actually. So what we can do, we can only test the application on this device if I have minimum SDK set to 8. Okay, so in case if I have to do that, something like that, if I want to give support, so what I would like to do, I'll go to project at the moment, I'll go to Gradle scripts, and within this Gradle script I'll go to module, and here in the minimum SDK you can see that 9 has been set. So I'm going to set that value to 8. Okay, now you can see that I have set the minimum SDK as 8. I will sync the application, and then I will be able to test my application on a Froyo device. Okay, recently Google has ended their support for Froyo. You can see that minimum SDK version has been set to 8. Now if I run the application, okay, and I am going to run my application on API number 8. So now you can see that we are able to execute our application on the device. So now Gradle build is running, and as soon as the Gradle okay, so here the application will run, and now you can see that it's vertically oriented. Okay, you have your text view control first, and then you have your button control. Okay, so they are placed in vertical orientation format, and as soon as we click our control show message, we get our toast welcome to Java approach. Okay, so now you're clear with Java approach. In Java approach, what we actually do, we don't make use of XML files. We create our layout, controls, text and event handler in Java, and once we have executed that, we can add our controls to our layout, and finally we can run the application. And whatever code body you have to execute, it will be specified within your onClick method. Okay.